All right, let's dive in. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're looking at the nature of predators.
Ooh, interesting title.
It is. It's a sci-fi story, and it's making a splash over on Reddit's HFY subreddit.
Okay, HFY. So we're probably dealing with some humanity, kicking butt, taking names.
Yeah, that's the subreddit's vibe. But this one, there's a twist. So it's written by Space Paladin 15.
Okay.
And if you want to check out the full story, head over to Reddit. But also,
Wow.
There's an awesome audio narration by Adastra Science Fiction Stories on YouTube.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely do it. And of course, support both creators on Patreon if you can.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so the story, we're on an alien planet, Venlil Prime. And the inhabitants, the Venlil, they're a prey species.
Okay, prey species. Interesting.
Yeah, and they're deeply, deeply traumatized by a past war. With another species, the Arxer, who are predators.
Ah, so this is where the nature of predators comes in. I see.
Exactly. And that history, it's like the foundation of everything that happens in this first chapter.
Right, because their whole worldview is going to be shaped by this fear, this ingrained fear of anything that's predatory.
Exactly. They're wary, they're suspicious, anything that seems like a threat.
Yeah, I bet.
And then a human spaceship shows up,
Oh, boy.
captained by Noah with his co-pilot Sarah, and they're just, exploring the galaxy, right?
Just, a Tuesday.
Exactly. Peaceful mission.
Mm-hmm.
But the Venlil, led by their Governor Tarva,
Okay.
they totally freak out.
Can you blame them?
No, not really. Like, to them, this is another invasion starting.
Right. It's like history repeating itself.
Yeah.
Right. But with a twist.
Yes. It's such a classic first contact setup, but we, the audience, we know the humans are harmless.
Yeah. Classic dramatic irony.
But the Venlil, they are so conditioned to seeing anything predatory as bad news
Yeah.
that they completely miss the humans' good intentions.
Oh, I bet there are some hilarious misunderstandings.
Oh, yeah. Even a smile, like a friendly human smile,
Oh,
comes off as a threat.
oh, that's not good.
No. And this is where this story gets really good. You have this clash, the Venlil's fear, and then the humans, who are genuinely curious.
Right.
Governor Tarva, though, she's caught in the middle.
Oh, how so?
She has to protect her people. That's her job.
Right.
But she's starting to wonder, are these humans really monsters?
Oh, so she's having second thoughts.
Yes. And her internal conflict, it's the heart of this chapter.
Yeah, that makes sense because on the one hand, she's a product of her culture. She's been taught to fear predators.
Right.
But she's also smart, observant. She sees the humans, how they act, and it makes her think.
She's like in this tug of war between instinct and logic.
That's gotta be tough. You find yourself rooting for her, hoping she figures it out.
Totally. And then there are other characters who make it even more complicated. He's the military advisor.
Okay, I bet he's not a fan of the humans.
He is not.
Yeah.
Extreme xenophobia. Humans are a threat. Eliminate them. That's his whole thing.
Oh, so he represents that fear taken to the extreme.
Yeah. It shows how fear can just turn into blind violence.
Yeah, that's scary.
Then you have Noah and Sarah. They're so optimistic about this first contact, they don't even realize the danger.
Oh, they're in for a rude awakening.
Right. Like innocent hopefulness.
And a whole lot of cultural misunderstanding.
Yeah. So it's fascinating. Two totally different worldviews colliding.
And who knows what'll happen? That's what keeps you reading, right? Will they bridge the gap? Or will it all go to pieces?
It's kind of like Shakespearean almost. Star-crossed species.
Ooh, I like that. And it all comes down to this one word, predator.
Right. And the Venlil's very narrow understanding of what that means.
It's about more than just predator versus prey, though.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The author, they're using that to talk about fear, prejudice, communication, like how we see others, especially those different from us.
That's some deep stuff.
And here's where it gets really intense. The Venlil, they decide to contact the Federation.
The Federation, who are they?
Think like a powerful alien empire, but not exactly known for being gentle.
Oh, so not a friendly neighborhood group.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
The Venlil think they're surrendering, but they actually hope the Federation will wipe out the humans.
Oh, wow. So the humans are walking into a trap.
Totally. They're happy about the invitation to Venlil Prime. They want to learn, be friends.
Oh, this is giving me anxiety.
Right. But we know better. And this is where I have to ask, why does Governor Tarva go along with this?
Yeah, good question. I mean, she's clearly not sure about the humans anymore.
Right. Is it just politics? Or is there something else going on with her?
It could be that she's just practical. She knows the Venlil can't win a fight. So the Federation is their only shot.
Yeah.
But I think there's also this, like, self-preservation thing.
Like she's stuck between Com's extreme views and her own doubts.
Exactly. Stalling for time, maybe hoping something will change.
It's a huge gamble, though.
Oh, yeah. By lying to the humans, she might actually make things worse.
Right. If they find out, it'll confirm everything they fear about predators.
And probably lead to the exact conflict she's trying to avoid.
Exactly. It just adds another layer of tension. Will her gamble work, or will it backfire?
So thinking about Governor Tarva, I wonder, is she like a typical Venlil?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because we see her doubts, right?
Right, exactly. So is that like unique to her? Or could it be a sign that the whole Venlil society could change?
It really gets to the core of this whole prejudice thing, you know? They've built their entire society around this belief, all predators bad.
Because of the Arxer, which, I mean, fair enough, but...
Yeah, it's understandable, the trauma, but it's become this, like, blanket prejudice against anything with predatory traits.
Right, so we have to ask, are they right to be afraid? Or is it clouding their judgment?
Yeah, are they making the humans into the very thing they fear?
Because they're so afraid, they might actually create the threat, like inviting the Federation.
Exactly. Which, by the way, brings up a whole other issue, morality.
Ooh, okay. How so?
Is it okay to lie, even if you think it's for the greater good? Sacrifice a few to save many.
Heavy stuff.
Right. And it's what Governor Tarva is struggling with. But also, we as readers have to think about it too.
It's like you get the Venlil's fear, you know? They've been through a lot.
Yeah.
But then you see the humans trying to be friendly, and it's like, is the fear stopping them from seeing another way?
It's tragic, almost.
Yeah, kind of like this incredible opportunity right in front of them. Allies, exploration, who knows?
Maybe even friends.
But they push the humans away because of this fear that might not even be real.
And that brings us back to perspective.
Yeah.
The whole story is about these clashing viewpoints.
Right. The humans are all excited, the Venlil are terrified.
And that clash is what drives the whole plot. Makes you want to know what happens next.
Totally. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You're just, no, don't do that.
And it makes you think, how often are we, in our own lives, seeing things from just one side?
Yeah, good point.
Making assumptions, letting our own fears stop us from getting the full picture.
Especially nowadays with all the information overload, it's easy to just stay in your own little bubble.
This story reminds us, get out of that bubble. Seek out different views. Question yourself.
Because if you don't, look what happens.
Exactly. And this chapter ends with this feeling of dread, like things are about to go bad.
Oh, yeah. The humans are invited, but it's a trap. Just waiting for the Federation.
And we know the Federation is bad news. So what does this mean for everyone going forward?
For Governor Tarva, it's decision time. She's put all her eggs in the Federation basket.
But what if they attack the humans?
Right. Will she just let it happen? Or will she actually try to help? Big character moment there.
And the humans, so clueless.
Will they figure it out in time?
Will they even get a chance to fight back?
I think it all comes down to Governor Tarva. She's the key to their survival.
If she warns them, stands up for them, maybe there's hope.
But if she stays quiet, lets fear win, it could be disastrous for both species.
Small choices, big consequences. Especially with something as complex as first contact.
Totally. And that's what makes this story so good, that tension, that uncertainty.
You're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Exactly. The nature of predators, it makes you think, it makes you feel. What more could you want?
We've talked a lot about the Venlil and, you know, all their worries.
Yeah.
But what about the humans? You said earlier, Noah and Sarah, they're kind of naively hopeful.
Right.
Could that actually be dangerous for them?
I mean, yeah, it could be. They're so eager to connect, you know, to trust the Venlil.
Yeah.
Even with all the, like, cultural differences, someone could totally take advantage of that.
It's true. They have no idea what they're walking into.
None. They don't know about the Arxer, the war, how deep this fear runs.
But the Federation.
Exactly. And that's part of what makes it so suspenseful.
Oh, yeah. We know stuff they don't. We see the potential for disaster.
Yeah, like, don't go in there.
But we can't do anything.
It all goes back to perspective.
Right.
As the reader, we see the bigger picture. The Venlil's fear, the human's innocence. We understand the stakes.
It's like the author's making us think, how often do we do that in our own lives?
Good point.
See things from only one side. Make assumptions based on not enough information.
let our own baggage get in the way of the truth.
Exactly.
Especially these days, it's so easy to get stuck in your own little world.
Surround yourself with people who agree with you all the time.
This story, it's like a warning. Get out of your echo chamber, you know?
Look for other viewpoints, even if they're uncomfortable.
Because if you don't, well, you see what can happen.
And this chapter ends, it's ominous, like things are about to go south.
Big time. The humans are invited, but it's a trick. Just a waiting game for the Federation.
We know they're not going to be friendly.
No.
So what happens next? Where do we go from here?
For Governor Tarva, this is the big test.
Yeah.
She's banking on the Federation to fix everything. But at what cost?
Right. If they attack the humans, what will she do?
Will she just stand there?
Yeah.
Or actually try to protect them? That'll tell us a lot about her.
And the humans, they're so oblivious.
Will they even have a chance to fight back against the Federation?
I think it all hinges on Governor Tarva.
Yeah, she has the power to save them, if she wants to.
If she warns them, if she's brave enough to stand up to her own people.
Then maybe there's hope for peace.
But if she does nothing, lets fear control her.
Disaster. For everyone.
One little choice,
Yeah.
such huge consequences.
That's first contact for you? Never simple.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for our deep dive into this first chapter. The nature of predators. So much to think about.
A lot packed into just one chapter, yeah.
The Venleal, their fear, the humans, and their hope.
The whole idea of what it means to be a predator.
How our own experiences shape how we see the world.
Yeah.
And the importance of questioning ourselves.
Being open to new ideas, especially when things are scary.
Big thanks to Space Paladin 15 for writing this story, and to Adastra Science Fiction Stories for that amazing narration.
Yes, definitely check those out.
Find the full story on Reddit, and if you can, support both of them on Patreon. Really great work.
Absolutely. And until next time, keep those minds open, listeners. The universe is full of surprises.